But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together. I wasn't actually going to go live, because we don't have really too much action in lately. Not too many people sharing our channel. Thank you very much for not doing that, and not too many people doing their job. So sometimes I wonder if I should go live or not. But I will do it. It's just to make a point, and those who care, they will share our broadcast, and those who don't care, they don't care anyway. YouTube recommended a video for me, and I have actually, the link is down in the info for the video, and this is a Muslim channel. In this channel, this is a sheikh, very well-known sheikh in Saudi Arabia. He is warning. He been asked about Uthman ibn Farouk in California. So they ask him, what do you think about this person? And obviously Uthman ibn Farouk, if you go back to, he was last year, I think, in Saudi Arabia, last winter. So if you go to Saudi Arabia, mostly he is going to be arrested. Or in the best scenario, he will be questioned, if not arrested. In the video here, I cannot play the whole thing because, we don't want people to claim copyright. You can watch the video later by yourself, and they have a good collection of things. Actually, the video is not only against Uthman ibn Farouk, it's against Mimi Hijab and Ali Dawa and all those little cats. Here, when they ask him the question, he said,
اسألوا عن حال الداعية عثمان بن فاروق الذي هو في كاليفورنيا سان دييغو، وقد سئلت عنه مرارا وتكرارا، وكنت أرجئ الكلام فيه حتى أقف على كلامه لأنه لا.
Right, you can go watch the video, the rest of it by yourself, and you will see he is speaking about him, that this person is he's warning people about him. He is not telling the truth. And he said, when they asked me, I do not know much about him, I never heard of him, so I decided to go and check him out to see what this guy teaches and what he is about. And he said, it's not right to give an opinion about someone I don't know. So he said, it's not for us, it's permissible for us to speak about an individual without we praise or criticize him, regardless, except with the clear proof. And then he go and he check the videos, and he come with the conclusion that this guy obviously is a munafiq. He is warning people. Munafiq in Arabic is somebody is a hypocrite, which means he have no religion really. Like he changed his side from, it's like a lizard when he changed his color, When he is over a green grass, he's green. He's over a brown rock, he's brown. So he is warning about him. And the whole video actually is not only about Uthman ibn Faruq, but most of it is about him and those who they are considered like him. And then later we will find that even there is Mimi Hijab there and a bunch of Abdul. They are exposed in this video too.
لا يجوز أن نتكلم في شخص سواء كان مدحا أو قدحا إلا ببين.
Let us go. And now he showed you people who they are in his kind, and those are not valid Muslims, and they are not true Muslims. You know, those are the kind he is speaking with, and those are his associate. And in the video, they have like a screenshot of videos and some shortcut of videos. He said he praises the heads of people of innovation, such as he praised Abu Abdul Aziz at-Turafi. And he is a muhaddith. Muhaddith or muhaddith. You see the YouTube is not allowing me to read the word. Let us play it.
كثنائه
Muhaddith.
على
Muhaddith is the one who come with things is not Islamic, you know, like something they want to change, you know. There's the old Islam is not fit no more, so we have to change it. It's like when you say, well, the sun set in murky water, and this is what the people believe in the time of the Prophet. But if we say to people today that the sun set in murky water, people will laugh at us. Or when you say breastfeeding for adult, you know, you want to tell people now that Allah, he sent the verses, it says breastfeeding for adult. So we have to lie and say, well, it's not breastfeeding for adult, really. It was drinking milk. Yeah, it was drinking milk. And the hadith about it is fabricated.
عبد العزيز الطريفي وأنه محدث.
Yeah, muhaddith is supposedly someone who repaired the hadith, but he is, you know, he fabricates his own way. As all of them, actually, all of them do the same. Anyway, and here, if you go, they give you example. Uthman ibn Faruq exposes his manhaj. Manhaj is like a way, raising takfiri, khariji, like Sulaiman al-Alwan. Abdul Aziz al-Turafi. Those are wanted by the Saudi, and they are actually on jail. They're already in jail. They are terrorists. So this guy, he is praising them, you know, and he is saying they are amazing. They are great. Those are terrorists wanted by USA and wanted by the Saudi Arabia, and actually they arrested them. They are already in jail.
Imma and ulama in other countries around the world, in Saudi, Sheikh Abdul Aziz al-Tarifi and Sheikh Salman al-Alwan and others. There are many, many scholars of hadith. But,
so, you know, Uthman ibn Affan, now he will have a lot of pain in his butt, for he is speaking of things. This guy is an idiot. Like, you remember when he said there's many messiah. Let us see now. When Muslims, they contact the real sheikhs and they ask them, is there many messiah? I want the Muslims actually to go and ask the real sheikhs, is it true that there is many messiah in Islam? Because this is what he's teaching. So this guy is creating a new religion, and this is why those people are really important for us, because they can help us really to make us Islam collapse fast. A Muslim, he listens to those people, he will be confused. What many Christ in Islam since when? What is that? You know? And then some they will believe and some they will go against, and that will divide them more. And, you know, the division of Islam is part of Islam. This is how it is. It's false cult, you know. They are very much divided about even simple things like there's one Messiah or many Messiah. Imagine this guy, he go and he speak to Christians, says there's many Messiah. Muhammad was a Messiah. So imagine you say to a Muslim, Muhammad was a Messiah, and then a Muslim, he believe in that. So now we are creating a new Islam. So those people are very important for us. They think they are fighting really for Islam, but the fact they are making Islam collapse faster. This is why I'm really happy to see Muslims watching their videos, because Islam now is changing to different belief, which is a stupid belief. You know, very confusing, way more confusing than it was before. And, you know, look like this, the destiny of this cult, that every few years there is more confusion added to the previous confusion, to the point the belief today is nothing but a confusion, period. And this is why you are seeing those Muhammadan, they are fighting. When you see somebody saying, this sheikh is a liar, and what he is lying about exactly, you know, well, he is trying to change Islam. But the one who is in TV there, he is trying to change Islam too. And the one before him, he tried to change Islam too. All of them, every Muslim sheikh and every Muslim who call themselves scholar, they try to change Islam to make it fit with the today. Whatever today is, was 1,000 years ago, or today is today, or today is tomorrow. And then, focus with me, my friend from India. Don't ask me a question, have nothing to do with my topic. After mentioning At-Turaifi and Alwan is in a good light, is really calling to them, isn't it sufficient except if he frees himself from them and mention what the scholars say about them? Especially knowing that a lot of his followers already support Abdul Aziz At-Turaifi, as does one of his companions whose video are uploaded in his channel. His name is Asim Al-Hakim.
We reference, even though we don't mean to support it.
They are playing the voice sound very fast. And here, I mean, the video is really a collection of crazy stuff about Uthman. And then they keep moving, exposing him about things he say. Again, there is a part of video with David Wood here in this video. And now they go back to the Sheikh. He says, likewise, he praised Abu Ishaq al-Huwaini. Abu Ishaq al-Huwaini is a joker. This guy is the monkey of the town. And he say things, he denied them second day. The second the police call him, they say, I did not say that. And Uthman ibn Farouk, he said to him, next to him, and when Al-Huwaini, he gave him the microphone, Uthman, he said, well, it's like giving a candy to a kindergarten boy. Like, you know, he described him, he humiliated himself in the front of this idiot, who is nobody. He is not even a sheikh, you know. So Uthman ibn Farouk, he called Al-Huwaini as a sheikh, when this guy is a very shaky sheikh. This is the sheikh of nightclubs. So he called himself like he is just a kid like him, to honor him. Like, you know, they are really munafiqeen. They are really hypocrite who praise somebody, so later this body, he will praise them too. You know what I mean? Like exchange of benefit. So this guy, he have many followers too. Uthman, he don't. So I will praise him, and then he will praise me in return, and then I will get the same support. Bingo. Sarok.
مدح أبي إسحاق الحويني وقال شيخ كبير عظيم.
I'm not. Relax.
He said he is a great scholar. He is a great sheikh. Azim, not even Azim. It's like from the greatest, you know. Azim, one of the names of Allah. He gave to a sheikh. So Al-Huwaini is a great scholar.
Got you, bro. I did not even write a book of tafsir, so obviously I appreciate the compliment, David, but it is not true. Ibn Kathir, I'm a nobody. But there is a great scholar, Abu Ishaq al-Huwaini, for example.
A great scholar, Al-Huwaini, as an example. I mean, this guy, unbelievable. This guy is a joke. Al-Huwaini, I will question between my two pinky fingers. What an idiot. And you know, when you say Ishaq al-Huwaini, Abu Ishaq al-Huwaini, tafsir, this guy, he have a tafsir since when? His tafsir is accepted by who? As an example, this guy, he don't have a tafsir really. He used tafsir Ibn Kathir to play with it. Let us see if I can find you some of his tafsir so we can laugh. You don't even have a real book to consider. Let us see. Hold on. His book is 2010. Suddenly the Muslim, they have a new scholar. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can find. This is a joker. This guy is a joker. I need to find where I can like open his book so we can show you some stupid things about this guy. But this guy is like a stand comedy for Muslims. He is a joker. Nobody even taking seriously. Let us see. Maybe later I will try to find more. And now this is here, this guy, he is quoting Al-Huwaini. And this guy here continue, you know, mocking Ibn Farouk, so showing him that he is stupid, he does not know what he's talking about, and he should repent. And then here this says, Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan. So he speak about Al-Fawzan too. I mean, this is all the collection of the garbage you can imagine. We do not pass the judgment upon him that he has made it lawful, just because he is okay. Continue upon major sin. I don't know what the topic is. I did not play it. Let us see what we go back a little bit. No, my brother, it's not ruled upon. It says unlawful. Yeah, this is here talking about a fatwa of those, they call them takfiriyin. Those are like Al-Qaeda and ISIS. So now Uthman, I mean, this Uthman is really funny. He is the ketchup boy. In the same time, he support Al-Qaeda and the ISIS, but you don't dare really to say. But he mentioned names. Maybe he do not know those people they represent who. And now he's in trouble. So those people, they say, the one who commit major sin, he is a kafir, should be killed. There's a video of Uthman ibn Farouk. He was speaking so friendly when he was talking about gays and lesbians. Almost he's going to hug them. Anyway, so we continue here. Let us see if something more important here in the video. He praise Al-Munjid website Islamaka. You see, this is a website I use always. This is a website I use always. And Uthman ibn Farouk, he will say, I don't accept him. But he praised him. But this Al-Munjid is my favorite joke.
فقال أنا ما أدري مثلي يعني لا ينبغي أن يتكلم في هذا ولكن الذي أمامه وأن المنجد له جهود كبيرة حتى إنه قال سئل أنه هل هو من المجددين فقال أنا ما أدري مثلي.
So the question here is, this Munjid is one of the, you know, moderators, the one who trying to make Islam moderate. You know, there's a huge problem in this cult. Muslims who they are in contact with in the civilization, and Muslims who refuse the civilization, or let us say science and etc. So those who refuse it, like Mimi Hijab, actually even here in the video, and there is some other sheikhs who they are trying to make Islam look nicer, look more appealing, look more scientific. So they try to throw behind the shelf or behind the storage room in the dark room anything will make Islam so stupid. And this is exactly what those people do, you know. So this video here, the nice thing about it, they are quoting for you collection of videos, collection of examples with evidence of a speech of each one of them. It's not like, you know, they are saying he said, she said. They are giving you the video. And this guy, Muhammad al-Munjid, he is from the Muslim Brotherhood. And Muslim Brotherhood are wanted everywhere. I mean, they are terrorists, especially in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Emirat, Egypt, etc. So when this potato, Uthman ibn Farouk, he stopped praising those people, he got himself in trouble too. That's why I'm saying if you go to Saudi Arabia, he will be arrested, you know. And the Saudi didn't care really if he is carrying an American passport or not, you know, because right away they accuse him with terrorism, and that's it. Even the American, then they will support his arrest, or they will care for him. He is not a Christian to say, I'm a Christian discriminated, you know. He is a person. They will show him, they will share his videos that he is supporting terrorists. And this is one of them, you know. And that's it. Bingo. He will stay there. So let us go to more videos. This is a big, you know, big sheikh in Saudi Arabia, the one they are showing you. You see, all the sheikhs who they are disagreeing with the Saudi family, they are already in jail, unless they are abroad, which means they are wanted. So the Saudi family or the Saudi government, they are doing like a massive cleaning of Islam in the country. Anyone, he opened his mouth speaking of something opposing what Saudi Arabia tried to establish today, they will walk them out of the earth and they will make them disappear. There's a guy who, you know, he saw a dream, just a dream, and then he made a video on YouTube about his dream. Just he saw a dream. In the dream, he said, the Prophet of Allah, he came to me, and he said to me to go and find a place so we can meet in it. And then I said to him, Prophet of Allah, in this time, like security is not right, and I don't think it's a good idea to meet anywhere. Which means he is speaking about the Saudi government, that they are chasing the companion of the Prophet. Like he is a companion now, the Prophet is speaking to him, and he is a companion, and it's not right for the companion to meet. And he was arrested, and he was put to execution. I don't know really what happened to him. And this guy, he have a 3 million something followers in Twitter, maybe 4 million. He is a big terrorist. So Uthman ibn Farouk, he put himself in trouble. He's trying to promote himself by choosing those names. But the more he chose those names, the more now he is in trouble for real. Let us see this guy.
دعوة منافقة ودعوة مشوهة للإسلام وأهله من أسباب صد عامة الخلق عن الحق.
He is saying those people, they are doing hypocrisy da'wah. And this is one of the reasons of people, you know, not accepting Islam, because, you know, people sooner or later, they will find the truth. And, you know, they will, even if you convert, then they will leave. So he says, may Allah deal with them, which means he's praying to Allah to destroy them, to kill them, wherever, you know. That's what the video is saying and the good thing about this video, by the way, there is a subtitle, so you do not need my translation. So the video is really nice. And even here we have a point of Mimi Hijab. And Mimi Hijab, he is so angry from those sheikhs. And this is an interview with one of the jokers, which the Muslims, they laugh at really. But they became popular for, let us say, a young generation. Like this guy is a joker. This guy, he make, you know, jokes. And so he became popular. Actually, there's a video of him actually. I forgot what the title. It was really funny. I wish I can play it. But he was doing something very stupid. So those really became popular because they speak too much in YouTube or in Twitter or etc. But in reality, Muslims, they don't even consider them to be Muslims. They are not. So when this Uthman ibn Farouk, he associates himself as a name, you know, he's trying just to get publicity. This is the whole idea. This guy, he was just a few months ago in Saudi Arabia. So if you are against Saudi Arabia, why you go to Saudi Arabia if the government there is not true Islamic government? Either you choose a side like this or a side like that. But he is with every side. Hypocrite. This is what they call him, hypocrite. Munafiqeen.
Rabia al-Madkhali, sorry. Rabia, not Hadi. Rabia.
He did not even knows how to quote the name correctly. And here you will see, this is Mimi Hijab. They are talking about the scars of Islam, how we can accept them when they say that the earth is flat. How in the world we can accept them? The earth is flat for them still.
Let's say something else, and with all due respect to the scholars in Saudi Arabia, I've sat with them. They have not studied science, and they don't know what.
All those scholars, they did not study science. You see, the question is, did they study Islam or should they study science or Islam? You see the stupidity? They did not study science. So Mimi Hijab, and look, they lay down. I mean, they are just a bunch of kids. Thanks to David Wood, he made him famous. So this is what the best of action of David Wood. He made the stupid one famous. Mimi Hijab, Uthman, you know, what you can say. So, and all of them, by the way, they were talking to me and David Wood, he jumped in the middle. And then he got them famous. He is saying clearly that the scholars did not study science. But he just said they are scholars. So I mean, they study Islam. Who cares what science says for them? Shouldn't you follow what Islam says? So Mimi Hijab is an example of those people who they are trying to make Islam look better by lying. We cannot say to people that the earth is flat, even though Islam and Islamic scholars and the Prophet himself say so. We have to, you know, we have to make Islam fit with science. So listen carefully what he say.
Al-Jami, one of the leaders of, or the founders of the movement, Muhammad Aman Al-Jami.
Let's say something else, and with all due respect to the scholars in Saudi Arabia, I've sat with them. They have not studied science, and they don't know what. They shouldn't comment. Actually, they shouldn't comment on these matters, in my opinion. And Fakhamat al-Sheikh, you know, Sheikh al-Fawzan, he shouldn't be mentioning. I believe that this is one of his biggest blunders. All right, because okay, if you want to make a fatwa about the not the shape of the earth, but the sun going around the earth, you want to make a fatwa about that. You need to know the different models. You need to understand what the ulama al-falak are actually intending when they say X, Y, and Z.
Can you believe
it's one of the greatest disservices of the ummah, I believe. Sorry, there are just some people in Saudi Arabia who do have ilm of fiqh, yes, of hadith, yes, of Quran, we agree, but not of ilm al-falak, not of.
See? So they have knowledge of the Quran, but they don't have knowledge of science. But are they supposed to teach science anyway? The Quran says the earth is flat. Well, the earth is flat then. The Quran says that the sun set in murky water, then the sun set in murky water. The Quran says that the sun going around the earth. So do you see, guys, the stupidity? Do you see the shame? Do you see how shameful they are? Those scholars did not study science. These are scholars. They study Islam. This is what count. What count is what Islam says, not what science says. You know, if a person who is a scientist, he says to me, how in the world do you want to tell me that Mary, she gave birth and she's a virgin? I'm not going to change my belief. This is my belief. You don't believe, then who care? You see how hypocrite they are? So he admitted that they are scholars. He admitted that they study Islam very well. And he is nobody anyway. Who is he? But his problem is that those scholars did not study science. So if we study science, we should change what Quran teach and what Islam teach and what Muhammad said. Well, Muhammad, he said the sun goes every day from point A to point B. What does this have to do with the science today? How are we going to change what Muhammad said? Hmm? So you see how Muslims are really suffering from big problem, you know. I ask Allah, Prophet, regarding the verse, and the sun runs into its fixed course, for a term decreed for it. Chapter 63, verse number 28. He said its fixed course is under the throne of Allah's throne. And this is al-Bukhari. And this is al-Bukhari too. And this is Riyadh al-Salihin, at-Tirmidhi Sahih. And this is Sahih. And this is Sahih. And this is Sahih. And all of this is Sahih. This is Sahih Muslim. Muhammad, he says to his companion, the guy who used to accompany him just to eat free food, Abu Dharr. Abu Dharr was a poor man. He is like the kind who, like, you know, there's some kind of people, they will accompany you because you have money, just because you pay for the bill, you know what I mean? Like, you are the sugar friend, so he go with you wherever. Muhammad, you don't pay for the bill anyway. He's a prophet, so wherever he go, free food, free drink, is welcome, a lot of respect. And Abu Dharr is the companion for that. So this is why they call him the father of the ants, you know, because he is like an ant. He you know, you throw a crumb in the ground and right away the ant will go and grab it. So it says here, do you know where the sun goes? He replied, he says, Allah and his apostle knows best. And here you see Muhammad is associated with his God as a knowledge. He is and God, they are the source of knowledge. Muslims are mushrikeen, as always we say. He, the holy prophet, he is holy. Remember that, holy. Observed, verily the sun guides till it reach its resting place under the throne. Then it fell and prostrate, remains there until it's asked to rise and go up again, to go to the place whence you came. And then it goes back. So Muhammad here, you can read the whole story, and this is Sahih Muslim. Muhammad making it clear that the sun is the one is moving from point A to point B, and point B is under the throne of Allah, and the throne of Allah is over the water. So the sun goes in the water, as the Quran says. So this Mimi Hijab saying, well, you know, excuse me, those are scholars, yes, they study Islam very well, yes, they study the Quran very well, yes, they study the Hadith very well, yes, but this is not in agreement with science. So what we will do? We have to deny Islamic teaching. Anything is against science, we have to delete it. And this is what Mimi Hijab laying down with no respect to his own religion. I mean, you are speaking about your God, your religion, and you are laying down like a mule in the couch. What's wrong with you? Just sit down at least. He's laying down. He's laying down, his legs is up like a mule. So those scholars did not study science. So we cannot. What we will say, if I am standing in the park in England, I will say yes, the Prophet says so. People will laugh at us. How many people we can convert to Islam if this is what the Prophet said? And the Quran says so. So they did not study science.
I believe that this is one of his biggest blunders. All right, because okay, if you want to make a fatwa about the not the shape of the earth, but the sun going around the earth, you want to make a fatwa about that. You need to know the different models. You need to understand what the ulama al-falak are actually intending when they say X, Y, and Z. It's one of the greatest disservices of the ummah, I believe.
Okay.
Sorry, there are just some people in Saudi Arabia who they do have ilm of fiqh, yes, of hadith, yes, of Quran, we agree, but not of ilm al-falak.
Bingo. So they have knowledge of the Quran, they have the knowledge of the hadith, they have knowledge of the fiqh, like, you know, let's say to study Islam and to analyze and to make decision. But science, sorry, thank you very much, stop there. But who said that religion? Since when? that we have to change the religion we believe in, and what we will do what Allah said. When the Quran says that the earth is flat, are we going to say Allah is a stupid? Sorry, Allah, you do not know science? And this is why when we show them the sun set in murky water, the Muslim decide say, oh, it appear like this is from the perspective of the eye. But you know, can't Allah, he says this is from his perspective. Can't he add that word? As you see, it says he found it sitting. He did not say he thought. He didn't say maybe. He didn't say that he was wrongly. He said Allah is telling us what this guy he did, which is coming from a fiction story, a Roman king, Alexander the Great, the guy who wore two horns in the wartime. He found where the sun set. He found it sitting in a spring of muddy water. Actually, not muddy, muddy and hot. This is why it's, you know, muddy, because it's boiling. So look what happened here. A Muslim, he tried to refute this. He would say to you, don't you see the sun going down in the ocean? Well, we have a big problem that bigger than this, because even the verse says it is a spring of water. And since when the spring of water is an ocean? So people like Mimi Hijab, Ibn Farouk, those kids, who they can say whatever they want, and they are not responsible for what they say, because simply they are jeans people. They are wearing jeans, you know, they live in the West, and nobody will take them accountable for whatever. It's a free land. You can say whatever you want. Who cares? So it says here, it's sitting in a spring of water, boiling water. It's not an ocean. So there's no perspective. There's no he thought. And don't they say the Quran is so clear? Don't they say the Quran always make things clear? Isn't the Quran says وَفَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا? We made it in great details. So why you are adding things is not there? Because simply this is a problem. And not only that, if you go a few verses after, you will see even he continued moving, and then he reached the rising place of the sun. So there is a sitting place for the sun, and there is a rising place for the sun. But all of us, we knew that the same place the same place where the sun rises is the same place where the sun set. You do not need to go anywhere. I can sit in the same chair I'm sitting right now. I can witness the sunset from my chair location, and I can witness the sunset from my chair location. But as you see, the verse is so clear. He went all the way until he came to the place where the sun set. Do you see it? And you know, when a person like Mimi Hijab is speak about science, well, shouldn't he ask himself, where is the dam and where is the people of Gog and Magog, which is their number is 1,000 to 1, which means 1,000 from Gog and Magog and one person from us, a human? This is not a problem. There's a dam built by Zulqarnain, and this dam will be open only in the day of judgment. And right now, behind there's a movie. It's called the movie like Z something movie, like where people they jump over a wall. I don't know. I forgot the name. It's like at the end of the end of the time. So according to Muhammad, according to the Quran, there's a wall built between us and those creatures, who they are very evil, and they will conquer the earth one day, and they will go all the way to Mecca and Medina. And they will throw their arrows at Mecca and Medina to the point the Muslim, they will have enough wood for 7 years. Muhammad is speaking about wood. So Muslim cannot say the arrows is the arrows of China, or the arrows or the missiles of Putin. Those are made of wood. Have you ever seen of those made of wood? So Muhammad, he says, from the arrow of those people, we will have enough for 7 years of wood for burning, for cooking. All right. Somebody saying the Quran is not an astronomy book. No need to say, by the way, the earth orbit, the sun. Well, my friend, your comment is not right, because you are saying to me, no need to say. Well, Allah, he said. You tell Allah. You see, the problem is that your God, Allah, he have a big mouth. So when you say to me, there's no need to say, well, you tell that your God. Did your God says that? Well, he said that. Then, you know, you are in trouble, not me. If you don't, if Allah is God, and then he says stupid things as we see in the screen, then Allah, he put his nose in science, and he is in trouble. If he just may talk about worshipping, spiritual things, etc., we would say, okay, this is what this have to do with science. But your God, he decided to be a scientist boy. And the second he start talking about science, the second he start making poo-poo. So don't tell me that because the Quran is science. We know supposedly a book of religion is not a book of science, but your God, a big mouth. He can't shut up his mouth. He spoke about how the baby is made. He spoke about the sperm where it's coming from. He spoke about women have a sperm coming from their ribs. This is why I'm not getting married. You don't want to get married and you go to the bedroom and then your wife, she take off her clothes and instead of finding two breasts, you find testicles. According to your God, your women have a breast testicles. So don't tell me the Quran is not, it's too late. Tell your God before he opened his mouth. All those verses in front of us about where the sun set, or how the sun goes, where the sun goes, where the baby coming from. This is science, my friend. This is what does have to do with the spirituality anyway? Nothing. So your God, he have a big nose, and his nose is expanding the more he talk. You know the Bianco, what his name? The cartoon? So you want to make this is what the Muslims they're trying to do. They're trying to shorten the nose of their God. Like a Muhammad. So they deny what Muhammad said, that his nose will shrink, will shorten. Oh, the Prophet didn't say that. The Prophet didn't say the sun set in murky water. The Prophet, what he meant, well, let me show you what the Prophet said. Are you sure? Then we showed him what the Prophet said. And then they will say, oh, this is not a true hadith. But it says there, Hassan. It says there, Sahih and chain. Oh, there's people lie about him. You know, the Prophet did not say that. This is your book. This is your Muslim. This is one of the authentic books of Islam right in front of you. The Prophet, he said, the sun set in a boiling water. No, ask Uthman ibn Farouk. Like, who's Uthman ibn Farouk? This guy, he just took off his diaper yesterday. He put ketchup to make himself look like a hero. If he's a hero, he go and join Mujahideen. Ketchup boy. So, in order to find a way to escape the stupidity of their prophet, they try to make Islam clear from what Muhammad did and he said, and the Quran said. So when they speak about, like, if you go and find the videos of the Muslim sheikhs, did you ask yourself why they are saying the earth is flat? Well, there is a reason. The Quran says so. I mean, what they can do, they are being honest. This is what the Quran says, what they will say. And this is what Mimi Hijabi was saying. Oh, those people, they go and watch like Memory TV and they watch what they say. Actually, I found different videos, but I want to find... Let us see this guy here.
Siddiqa says, some quote that the Sheikh bin Baz said that the earth is flat and whoever says otherwise, he's an atheist. This is not entirely true. This was said in the beginning, and the Sheikh says, I haven't seen it. I only judge by what I read in the Quran. And to him, all what Allah mentions in the Quran.
Who is the youth? The one who go to school and see that this is not right. Well, you just said that the Quran says whatever you see is a flat. So the Quran says the earth is flat.
Anyone who says otherwise is an atheist? No, I don't think the Sheikh said anything similar to that. Nevertheless, he's not infallible. He's a great Imam of the Islam and the Muslims. One of the greatest contemporary scholars of our times.
Okay, so one of the greatest scholars, he says the earth is flat. Who are you? Do you see the stupidity? He is praising the guy. He is one of the greatest scholars of our time, not like in Saudi Arabia, in our time. And what the greatest scholars confirm, that the Quran says that the earth is flat. And yes, do you remember when this potato ultimate fart, he says to me, he accepts the translation of Rashad Khalifa? Do you remember? And then we find that there's many verses are missing. In Rashad Khalifa translation, he translated the verse. Oh, we are typing in English. Chapter 79, verse number 30. In the translation of Khalifa, he says, and the earth, he made it like an egg. But the word in Arabic here, the haha, he made it flat. This Rashad Khalifa is stupid. He don't speak Arabic, obviously. He was copying a kid who responded to me many years ago. He was like 19 years old. He made a video. He found in the dictionary, there's a word, it's called duhya or duhya. But this is a different word. This is the haha. So the stupid, they start copying, and even Zakir Naik, he says that in his video. Brother and sister, somebody saying that the Quran said the earth is flat. In fact, if you go to chapter 79, verse number 30, you will see that the Quran said that the earth is like an egg. Like, what the heck? Where is the word egg? Why you didn't see it? Here we go. This is your Muslim translation. Not a single Muslim in the world who speak Arabic, he don't know that this is not egg. It's the opposite. It's making it flat. And look here, they are trying to make it look nicer. They say he extended to wide expense. Have you ever heard of wide expense egg? You know, if you go to the tafsir, you will see it says flat. 79, 30. So this is what the Muslim now, they are struggling with. How we can get rid of this? Allah, he spread the earth. Okay, and Allah, he spread the earth. Where he spread? On the water. Where is the earth located? In the top of the water. Remember, you know, how the earth is made, you know, there's a bowl, and the bowl in the water, and the bowl is carrying the, you know, the earth, and, you know. If you go to different interpretation, we can change to all of them. You will see it says, he spread the earth, he made it flat. I mean, the word flat is there in front of your eyes. You see it? In order for the Muslim to make the Quran sound better, so they start saying, oh, this word is not flat, it's the shape as an egg. Perfect. You know? Shape as an egg. So the Muslim today, they are reshaping the Quran, reshaping the Hadith, reshaping the egg and the earth from being flat to be an egg. How much you can do of reshaping, right? A big problem for this cult, and they cannot live. You know, this is why me and Hijab, he says those scholars did not read, didn't know science. So look like if we know science, we have to change the Quran meaning to make it fit with the science, not what the Quran is saying. And here you see why this Mimi Hijab is a joke, because either you follow science or you don't follow science. If you follow science, you cannot follow Allah, because Allah teaches things is against science. Let us see here. And this is Ibn Kathir translation, interpretation for the same verse. As you see, and then Allah, he created the earth and he spread it out. And here actually, look what the Quran is saying, and this is Ibn Kathir. The earth was created before the heaven was created. Have you ever heard of a stupid thing like this? Because in order to create the earth before the heaven, then where is the earth located? Because you need to create the space for it first. Do you understand? Can you create something before you create a space for it? So he created the earth. The earth was where? In the mouth of Allah, in the stomach of Allah. So the earth created before the heaven. And then after he created the heaven, you know, Allah, he spread the earth out. He made it flat. And then after that, brother, he put mountain in the top of it. So according to the Quran too, Allah, he placed mountain in the top of the earth. And this is why those who claim to be, you know, sheikhs or the debate Christians, they will not dare to come to someone like me. They will debate somebody in the street. He do not know what he's talking about, so they can take advantage of his ignorance. But here we make them shish kebab in 2 seconds. How many million people they watch the video where it says smash Allah, smash Allah. The salty water and the fresh water, they don't mix. But the Quran doesn't say anything about what the video is saying. The Quran claiming stupid mistake that the earth water, the fresh water, is separated from the salty water and they never touch each other. This is not about water of two ocean or two body of water like in one tunnel going together. No. This is about Allah, he put a dry land between a sea of a fresh water. Muhammad, he think the water, the fresh water, is under the ground. There's a sea. Which means wherever you go, there's a water. That's it. You dig, there's a sea. So this is why the Quran says that there's two seas. Did not even use the word spring of water. It says two seas. You see it? Chapter 25, verse number 53. And chapter 27, verse number 61. And chapter 27, verse number 61 actually exposed their lies. It says clearly, Allah, he made a barrier between them. Do you see it? It's who has made the earth firm to live in, made rivers in the midst, set a throne their own mountains, immovable, and made separation between the two bodies of the following water. Do you see it? Bar. It's not water, salty water and fresh water touching each other. There's a bar. And then you go to Ibn Kathir, you go to any scholar, you will see, they say right away, Allah, he used barzakh. Barzakh is a dry land. The same as it says here in chapter 55:19 and 55:20. Between them, there's a barrier. They cannot even transgress. So this is an error. And you can go and check the interpretation. As an example, Ibn Kathir, not me. But the video on YouTube, smash Allah, how amazing, smash Allah. How the Quran say that? How Quran knew that if this is not from God? Thousands of videos. Thousands. Fresh water, salty water don't mix. Quran. And look what we will find in YouTube. How many result? It doesn't show the result actually in YouTube. But endless, my friend. Endless. Look at this. Look. Brother. When the Quran is speaking about something totally different. It is the opposite. It is a stupid mistake. Does God do not know that all the water we have is coming from the ocean anyway? So how we don't mix? And not only that, the rivers end in the ocean anyway. So how they don't mix? And not only that, we don't have two seas, the fresh water and salty water. So the Muslim, they show you those videos. How the amazing, brother. Huh? Look at those two. Certified idiot. Explain Islamic paradise. Okay. This is Sheikh Omad video. Yeah. So you see, but if you go and read the interpretation for this verse, you will see right away that this is not what the Quran is saying. The Quran is saying the opposite. That those, they don't mix. There is a dry land between them. Chapter 55, verse number 20. Let us go to Ibn Kathir. And by the way, Ibn Kathir, he was like a YouTuber in his time. He was the person. He tried all his explanation actually is made to refute the Christians. The Christians in his time, they were making fun of Islam. So this is a liar too. Even Ibn Kathir is a big fat liar. All this is just to defend. So if we go down, it says here, or let them lose according to Ibn Abbas, etc. And says, he prevent them from meeting by dividing barrier, by placing a barrier he placed between them. He separate them. There are two seas, fresh water and salty water. The former coming from the running river. We discussed this topic in Surah Al-Rahman. We can go to Surah Al-Rahman now and we will see. But let us go here. It says, he put a barrier, complete partition between them. What is this barrier? It says, a land between those two type of water. You see it? A land. This is what the word barzakh means. So when somebody says Islam is not a book of science, we are supposed to be not, but your God spoke about it, so it is. If your God did not put his nose on science and how the earth is and how the water is separated and how the baby is made and where the sperm is coming and how he placed mountains, etc., then we cannot say the Quran is a book of science. Quran is a book of religion, believing in such a God. But as you see, your God, he put his finger everywhere. And that lead into a disaster for the cult of Muhammadan. And now the Muhammadan, they are fighting how we can really get rid of those sheikhs. We are exposing our belief. Mimi Hijab saying, excuse me, those sheikhs, they make a mockery of our belief. Because yes, they knew Islam. They knew the Quran. They are scholars. But they should not speak about this because they don't know science. But why they should know science anyway? Or what they need to know, they are a scholar in Islam. So what he's saying to you, we Muslims, we should change what Islam meant. We don't go by what Islam meant, we go by what science meant. And we try to bend the Islamic teaching to make it fit with science. Actually, this part alone is a disaster. Maybe you can cut it in your editing, make this video alone, make a title for it. He admitted that those are great scholars. He admitted that they are the greatest. They have knowledge in the Quran. They have the knowledge of the Hadith. They have the knowledge of fiqh. But yes, they should not talk about it because they don't know. They are not connected with science.
The different models. You need to understand what my opinion, and Fakhamat al-Sheikh, Sheikh al-Fawzan, he shouldn't be mentioning it.
in reference to Sheikh Hadi المدخلي ربيع المدخلي sorry ربيع not Hadi ربيع المدخلي.
This vicious dog of the Madkhali movement, this is the most volatile movement in Islam today. One of the leaders or the founders of the movement, Muhammad Aman al-Jami, one of the leaders or the founders of the movement, Muhammad Aman al-Jami.
Let's say something else, and with all due respect to the scholars in Saudi Arabia, I've sat with them. They have not studied science. And they...
Guys, he sat with them. This guy, he sat with them. I sat with them. You know what? I think you did share the same conference room where they sat in the same toilet seat too. This is how you sat with them. He sat with them, so he became a scholar too. Okay.
I don't know what they shouldn't comment. Actually, they shouldn't comment on these matters, in my opinion.
Oh, he should comment. He can comment. The scholars, they cannot. I mean, have you ever heard of a drama like this? He just called them scholars of Saudi Arabia. They should not comment. They are the scholars, not you. Why you are making comment about it? Oh, because we are here to deceive and to lie.
And Fakhamat al-Sheikh, you know, Sheikh al-Fawzan, he shouldn't be mentioning it. I believe that this is one of his biggest blunders, all right? Because, okay, if you want to make a fatwa about not the shape of the earth, but the sun going around the earth, you want to make a fatwa about that, you need to know the different models. You need to understand what the ulama...
So, can Muhammad make a comment about it? According to Mimi Hijab, Muhammad, he cannot. Because Muhammad is the one who says the earth go around. Do you see the stupidity? So, the scholars cannot make comment. Their prophet cannot make comment. Allah cannot make comment. Mimi Hijab laying on his ass in the couch like a couch potato. He can make comment. All of drama what is the purpose of this drama? Islam is a joke, and Islam is a stupid. I have the link for the video. Is down in the floor. I'm not going to keep this video. You know, I will keep it maybe for an hour or so. So if you like to download the video I just made, this one we are talking now, wait maybe for 15-20 minutes until the video is over, and then you can download it. And here, Mimi Hijab, the Muslims are, you see, this video actually, they are laughing at all those people. This video made by Muslims, laughing at those, they call them jokers, those are munafiqeen, those are false Muslims. Isn't it amazing how the Muslims now, they are, what the problem? The problem is that you are trying to bend Islam to make it sound different. They're trying to create a new religion just to be accepted in YouTube. You do not know Mimi Hijab, but if he studies science, he can comment on it. Okay, but we are not commenting in science, you idiot. We are commenting in the Quran. And isn't it you, the same person who says to me the Quran is not the book of science? My friend, do you have a diarrhea of the comments? Isn't it you, the same person who says to me the Quran is not the book of science? Quran is not astronomy book. No need to say by the earth orbit the sun. And then you say this to me, you donkey. So if the Quran is not an astronomy book, why the Quran is speaking about astronomy? And who is going to comment about the comment in the Quran about astronomy? Very silly people. Don't come here. I don't know. I think you are fake too. I don't think even you are a Muslim. I think you are just making stupid things to make Muslim look stupid. So I suspect you are working for a Christian prince maybe. So I blocked you. Here we go. You are blocked. Are you happy now? I blocked you literally. Because you are making Islam more stupid than it could be. Sound fishy for me. Christian prince. So he studies science. He can make comment about science. We are not talking about science. We are talking about Islam. And Islam speak about science. This is why science is in the topic. Where those monkeys come to me from? Somebody opened the door of the zoo. Like somebody told you here we are scientists. Am I a scientist myself? Yeah, I used to work in NASA. You know what I do there. Like the president, the ex-president of Egypt, he told them that he was a member in NASA. He never been there. He don't even know how to speak English. Where do those people come to me from? So This is a great video. You can make, you know, and here Sheikh Uthman, he described himself as little boy compared to this person. Look, this idiot, he is willing to humiliate himself next to this guy just to get promoted.
الموضوع يعني ونترك الشيخ عثمان يدلو بدلوه فيه ان شاء الله. تفضل. جزاك الله خير. Sheikh is like somebody who gives a PhD thesis and then hands it over to a kindergartner.
Did you see what he called himself? Did you see what Sheikh Uthman compare himself to this guy? But this guy is the biggest potato ever. This guy, he knows nothing really about religion. He make a comment about the Quran. He use mockery. He use jokes. He use a wife and the mother-in-law, and he tried to make it connected to the Quran just to explain what Allah is saying. And then people laugh at both. They laugh at him. They laugh at the Quran, and they laugh at what Allah is saying. So Uthman, he compared himself to this guy, saying he is like a little tiny boy in a school compared to him. MashaAllah. You give me the mic to someone like me. MashaAllah.
Sheikh is like somebody who gives a PhD thesis and then hands it over to a kindergartner.
And people are laughing. Now the guy next to him, he will feel so good, you know. This is what Islam is about. Allah and his messenger knows best. So now the guy, he is so excited. Yeah, Sheikh Uthman is good for me. I will always accompany him, and I will say he is good too, because he is saying that I am the best. Forget about the rest. Yeah. So anyway, feel free to download this video, share it with your friends, and the video for this here is in the comment section. So download it, and you know, if you would like to share it around and let them laugh at each other. So as you see here, they cannot debate us. This is why they run away from debating us. Like this coward Mimi Hijab, he said to the Muslims, who you want me to debate? They said to him, Christian Prince, he is making a lot of Muslims leave Islam. So then he claimed that he's going to debate me. And then we set a date, and then he did not show up in the beginning. Then I start calling and calling and calling. And then we find that he have 6, 7 people around him. And he put the speaker far away from the microphone so nobody can hear me, what I'm saying. They can hear you or hear him only. And then he did not allow me to talk. He said, did you say that? And not only that, actually, in this video here, you will see the Muslim making fun of Mimi Hijab for refusing to accept the breastfeeding for adult. Let us see what is the part of Mimi Hijab refusing it.
Be able to solve this problem yourself. And unusual pseudo references to the Salaf and whatever the Salaf. It's a nostalgic idea of returning to the Salaf. This vicious dog of the Madkhali movement.
Yeah, let's see where is the. Even the comment about breastfeeding for adult, it's in the video of Mimi Hijab. They got him busted.